Leslie Kuster. I'm from New York. I love talking about money, and I want to know, by a show of hands, what everybody's working situation is. So we'll just do this quickly. So raise your hand if you work right now in a company, you work for somebody else. Raise your hand. Okay, thank you. Raise your hand if you are an entrepreneur and you work for yourself. So we're about half so far. Raise your hand if you're not working at the moment and maybe you want to be working. Thank you very much. And I have one more question. Raise your hand if you would like to make money while you're sleeping. Okay? Okay, a lot of you. So while you're sleeping, when you're having a fight with your spouse, you could be making money. When you're driving your car, you could be making money. When you're screaming at your kids, when you're having a workout, even when you're on the toilet, you could be making money. Because this business that I'm going to talk about today, this is an Amazon online e-commerce business. And the beauty of this business is it gives you something that is totally and completely priceless. And that thing is freedom. Freedom! Yeah? Freedom. Freedom to be able to live where you want to live, to be able to work at any hour of the day that you want to work at. How many people in the room have children? A lot, almost 80% of the room. How would it feel to you to be able to pick your children up whenever you need to pick your children up? Yeah? Yeah? Anybody like to have naps? How about taking a nap whenever you want to take a nap? That's a good one, right? Especially for women. Or how about taking a vacation when you want to take a vacation? And you don't need the permission from a boss or anybody else or somebody else's schedule when you want to take a vacation. And that is all the things that an e-commerce business does, is it gives you freedom. I want to tell you about my business and explain what it is. My business is Back From Bali. And Back From Bali is a women's resort clothing company. And I go to Bali and I manufacture clothing. And I export it out of Bali, Indonesia, into the US and into Europe to Amazon. And then I sell it all 100% on Amazon. So the clothing are clothes that women would choose when they want to go on vacation or cruises or going to hot weather is the type of clothing that I make. And this business is really very personal to me. And the reason why I'm standing here is I really want to share with you my story and how I got to be here right now. Because sometimes I have to pinch myself because I'm living the dream. I mean, I'm really living the dream. I have a business that gives me financial security. My husband and I recently just bought an apartment along the Lake of Zurich, which we absolutely love. I get to go to Bali to work, one of the most beautiful places in the world. But beyond the money and the material and the things you can do or travel to or whatever, beyond that, what this business has done for me is give me empowerment. It's given me a feeling of independence that I don't have to depend on my husband, I don't have to depend on anybody else. If anything ever happened, I can live my life exactly as it is right now. And it's given me confidence. All these things I want for you, that's why I'm standing here today. But it wasn't always like this. I was not born with this business. Go back just 6 years ago, not that long ago, and I was in our little, cute, but small apartment in Hundvangen, which is closer to the airport. And I was feeling really awful about myself, about my financial situation, and about my work life. And I was just really feeling, I was feeling like a failure at that time. I mean, I wasn't a failure. I actually had a business, but I just was not earning the money I wanted to be earning. I knew I could be doing so much more. And I was already in my very early 50s, and I felt very frustrated with myself. And I had conversations going on in my head like, Leslie, like, what's going on? I need to change something. I felt really, really bad. I was listening to all these positive tapes, and I was following the law of attraction, and I was staring into the mirrors, and I was like the wannabe. I wanna be, but I wasn't living it. And honestly, in that moment, I felt so frustrated with myself that I made a decision in that moment that I was gonna change it, and I was going to focus. I knew the answer was focus. I knew I had to focus. I had a few things going on at the same time. And I decided to focus 100% on the business. And between the last 6 years till now, I've either been in Bali making clothes, or I've actually been a lot of time behind this computer building my business. And this is the result. Okay? Back From Bali is now a $1.5 million company, revenue, okay, 2018, and we ain't finished with the year yet, okay? This is what you can do. Do you believe it?
Yes.
Good. This is what you can do. I did 3 things that ricocheted this level of success in a fairly short amount of time, about 6 years. And this is what I did. You got to really want it. How many reallys are up there? 3. Really, really, really. I am talking about wanting it, all right? That's the kind of wanting I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, yeah, I want it, but my life's kind of comfortable, and what's the big deal anyway, and I'm doing okay. Very comfortable, actually. I'm not talking about that, all right? You've got to want it. I mean, I was not, and I mean not, going to look myself in the mirror the following year and be in the exact same position I was, all right? You've got to really, really want it. So that was what I did first. The second thing I did was I got myself a kick-ass coach. This is Lisa Satora. She's my coach. She's in Seattle, which is where Amazon is. I still to this day work with her. I want to say something very important about coaches. You need to work with a coach who has been where you are right now and is where you want to be going. You want to work with a coach who already is successful in the industry that you want to be successful in, because that's how you're going to learn. This might push some buttons, but you do not want to work with a coach who's just been to coaching school. You want to work with a coach who knows your industry and knows how to take you from where I was at 5 figures to where I am at going into multiple 7 figures. That's the kind of coach you want to get. So that's the second thing that I did that moved me really fast. The third thing I did is I became a learner. Now, perhaps, I can't read minds, but perhaps some of you are thinking, Amazon, technical, computer, I don't know if I'm a techie or any of that. Well, I wasn't either. I don't have a software background, none of that. I really didn't know much at all. I mean, years ago I knew about this, now I know this. You're here, everything in Amazon is learnable, everything you can be taught, and you just need to go through the steps one by one by one. And you have to focus like I did. You have to want it, and you have to work hard. I think this is something that nothing comes easy. There isn't a business in the world that it just comes easily. I've worked my ass off, honestly, these last 6 years. I'm at a place in my business now where I actually don't work as hard any longer, okay, where I am, but I worked my ass off for the first, I would say, 5 years. I love this quote, Maya Angelou. She's a beautiful, beautiful writer. Nothing will work unless you do. I mean, everyone say it. Nothing will work unless you do. And that totally and completely sums it up. You gotta do the work. So let's talk about Amazon. Why Amazon? 320 million customers. So what that means to you and why that is important, when you have an Amazon business, you have 320 million customers. All right? If you start your own website, it's a lot of work. You have to get the customers, you have to do the Facebook ads to bring people there. It's a lot of work that you need to be doing. Why not jump on the Amazon train? The Amazon train has come to Europe. Amazon is all over Europe as well. Why not jump on the Amazon train? We call Amazon the beast because it eats so much products. Why not use their 320 million customers? The second reason of why Amazon is they collect the money for you. You don't need to open a merchant account. You don't need to get a credit card processing. They take the money from your sale from the customer, and every 2 weeks, it gets deposited in your bank account, the account number that you give to Amazon. So every 2 weeks, you get paid out, every 2 weeks. And also what Amazon does is they handle all the customer service. So you know the returns, if you buy something and customers return it, they complain about something, they didn't get it, where's my stuff? Amazon does all that as well. So I mean, that's amazing, right? So they have the customers, they handle all the customers for you, they handle all the money. But it's the next one, it's the next thing that Amazon does that is amazing and has given me the freedom. And that is this. Fulfillment by Amazon. FBA. Now, you probably all know Amazon is a platform for selling stuff, right? But what it also is they have warehouses all around the world, around about 150 warehouses, there's about 60 in Europe, where the things that people sell on Amazon is stored in Amazon's warehouses. They do that because what Amazon promises customers is they will get their products fast. And the only way they can control that is if they have the products with them. So that's the reason why. You do not want to be in the shipping business. You do not want to be sitting in your apartment in, I don't know, in Winterthur or Zurich or Tallville or wherever you live, getting boxes and tape and putting the things in the box and taping it up and carrying it into your car and going to post offices. You do not want to have all this stuff stored in your basement, stored in your bedroom. You do not want to be in the shipping business. You want to be in the freedom business. That's the business that you want to be in. So that's what Amazon does for you. Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Amazon, the richest human being in the world, doesn't do this for free. So let me tell you what Amazon takes. Amazon takes about 30% of my sale. And that includes all the things I just said to you, that they ship it, that they pack it, that they store it, that they sell it, all those kind of things. So to put it into like numbers a little bit, something that I sell for $24.95, I get to keep $17.47. Amazon is keeping $7.48, about 30%. But am I complaining about the probably 7 or so million sales I'll be doing this year? Am I complaining? Would you complain? No. That's right, no. So that's what Amazon does for you. What do you need to do? And I'm sure many of you are sitting here thinking, but what do you sell, right? What are you gonna sell? Amazon is set up in categories: clothing, food, electronics, sports, etc., etc. So what you want to do is you want to start feeling what sort of things do you resonate with. Like, think about, like, if you go into a department store, if you go into Globus or Yulmoli or whatever, and you don't have something specifically you want to buy, which floor would you go hang out on? Like, would you go up to the sports section and look at skis or like skiing equipment? Would you go to the clothing floor? And if you do, are you looking at stockings? Are you looking at coats? Are you looking at, what are you looking at, pajamas? Are you like hanging out in, Apple looking at electronics? Like, notice what you resonate with, because you want to sell something, at least you don't have to be an expert in it, and you don't have to be an expert in any of this. I was not an expert in any of this, and I did it. So you don't have to be an expert in that category that you're thinking about, but you want to have something that you resonate with. And also, when you're like walking down the street on Monday or next week when you're in town and you're looking in the windows and you're like, well, I would like to buy that, I would like that, change it around. Look at it not as a buyer where the money is going to be going out of your pockets. Look at it as, I wonder if I can sell that, where the money is now going to be coming into your pockets. So that's the first thing you want to do. What do you resonate with? What kind of products? The next thing you want to do is you need to research it. So here's a page from Amazon. You can see the drop-down menu with all their different categories that they have. And you literally want to go onto Amazon and you want to go to the category that you've decided you want to like kind of focus on. And you want to start looking there. You want to be looking at what other people are selling. You want to be looking at how many star reviews they have. You want to be reading the reviews. The reviews have a huge amount of information in it because customers write things like, I really like this, but I wish it came in black. Aha, maybe I'll do the black. You start looking at the Amazon pages and start really researching what is possible for you. The next thing you want to do is you want to set up your Amazon account. So you kind of know your category, you've looked and researched some of the products, and you want to set up an account, which is the easiest thing in the world. It takes anywhere between 5 and 15 minutes. It's like nothing, because Amazon wants sellers. There's 2 accounts you can open up. One is called an individual, and it's basically for real beginners, and you're going to be charged $1 for everything you sell. And the other is a professional account, and it's about $40, it's about €40, it's 40 in any country basically, and that you would set up as a professional account. It just means that they will be taking that percentage rather than $1 for each piece. So you set up your account, piece of cake, really easy. And then you start to think, okay, well, where am I going to get these products from? Like, where do you get stuff from? Where do you buy stuff from? There's 3 ways to actually get products. And the first is called arbitrage, and it's a really fancy word for basically saying buying really cheap crap. All right, it's like going to discount stores or Aldi or something like that, and you're buying something really at a discount and you're flipping it and you're putting it onto Amazon. That's what arbitrage means. The second way is wholesale, which I think most people are just familiar with. You're buying other people's brands. You're going to a trade show, for example. You're going online, you're looking at catalogs. You're even maybe going to Alibaba, which is the Chinese online catalog. And you're buying other people's brands that you could put on Amazon. So you're kind of a reseller. But it's the third way that's the best way. And that's the way you want to be doing it. And it's what I do. It's called private label. And in private label, you are actually building your own brand. And it doesn't matter if you've never sold a thing in your life. It's just the perception of it. You create your own brand, and you go directly as close as you can to the manufacturer so you can get the lowest possible price. So I, for example, go to Indonesia. Many people go to China. There's other places to go. You want to try to get the lowest price you possibly can for something. And that is called private labeling. And that gives you the best way of like controlling your brand, controlling your pricing, and controlling your outcome and making money. The one question I get asked quite a lot is how do people find your products, right? Yeah? Right? How, like, out of all the millions of products on Amazon, how does anybody find that product? And it's actually not millions, it's actually 562 billion, okay? So out of 562 billion products being sold on Amazon that day, how in the world are they going to find it? And this is the answer. It's called product page optimization, which basically means using keywords. And let me give you an example of that. This is a page listing from Amazon. This is one of my cover-ups, long cover-ups that I sell. And I've highlighted in yellow these different keyword phrases. So you can see women's long swimsuit, bathing suit cover-up. That's a keyword. Maxi beach dress, boho embroidered summer dress, caftan. And then going down lower, long swimsuit cover-up, beach cover-up, long sundress, beach dress, swimmer cover-up, sexy beach dress, poncho beach dress. I did a lot of research to find what people are searching for, and then you take those keyword phrases and you plug them into your Amazon listing, your Amazon product page. Okay, so that's the way they find. And then when somebody goes to their computer and they type in long swimsuit cover-up, hopefully I come up on page 1. And that's how it works. So those are all the steps in how to sell on Amazon. And we'll just go over it again. You choose your category. What do you resonate with? You research your category on Amazon. You then set up your Amazon account, either individual or your professional account. You find your products through either arbitrage, either through wholesaling, or by private label, which is the one I recommend. And then you create your product listing through optimizing it. And then you send your products into fulfillment by Amazon. You ship, this is the only time you ship. I actually don't ship at all. I send my products directly from Indonesia. I never look at them, I never see them. They go directly to Amazon. So you want to send your products then directly into Amazon, so you're an FBA seller, and then you want to sit back and watch the sales happen. And get the payout every single 2 weeks, which is amazing, right? I mean, it's an amazing business. I've been making money while I've been standing here. It's incredible, right? And this is something that I want, I'm only standing here to share this with you, to encourage you, to get you thinking in new ways, to give you an option or an idea here. This business is all about freedom. So if you're just sick of it, if you're just sick of working on somebody else's time, if you're just sick of needing to get approval for vacations, if you're tired of living that kind of life where you don't have the control, and if you yearn for a life of freedom, and if you really want it, the kind of wanting I was talking about, if you get yourself someone really good to walk you through those steps, and if you work damn hard, then you can have an Amazon successful business as well. You can have a 5-figure business, 6-figure business, 7-figure business, 8-figure business. I probably will be selling my business at some point. There's incredible options out there, amazing opportunities. So congratulations, you now know the basic steps on creating a successful Amazon business. And if you would like any kind of further information, please take a photo of the screen here, because I give free videos on my Facebook page on how to be successful on Amazon and how to be successful just as an online entrepreneur. And also my email is there. This is a lucky pen, and anybody who touches it will have a 7-figure business, because if you're interested in any programs that I might be doing in the future, please sign this and just pass it around as well. And I've also put at the bottom some resources for you. That's my coach, Lisa Satora, but she is in the US. And The Amazing Seller and My Wife Quit Her Job are great Amazon resources that you could find online for yourself. So I want to thank you all. This was here to inspire you and to show you really what is possible from somebody who did not have this only 6 years ago to someone who does have it now, that it's all possible for every single one of you. And I wish you so much money and so much freedom. Thank you very much.